we've watched countless characters across the Marvel movies, but some important ones were forgotten, while others promised a bright future and then vanished into thin air. In the disastrous Secret Invasion series, which I doubt anyone even watched, Nick Fury returned as the central character, played once again by Samuel L. Jackson. The series revealed that Fury had been operating from the Saber space station ever since Tony Stark's funeral, working on a peace treaty between the Skrulls and the Kree. By the finale, Maria Hill had been killed by Gravik posing as Fury, Talos was dead, and James Rhodes was revealed to have been replaced by a Skrull named Rava. Fury defeated the rebel Skrulls with Gia's help and returned to Saber with his Skrull wife Vera. After the series ended, Fury appeared briefly in the Marvels later that same year, once again operating from the Saber station. Since then, the founder of the Avengers Initiative has been completely absent from the MCU. The President's declaration of all aliens as enemy combatants, the global war against the Skrulls hiding on Earth, and the Kree-Skrull peace treaty, all major plot threads, remain frozen in place with no follow-up in any project. Clea made her MCU debut in the mid-credits scene of 2022's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, played by Oscar winner Charlize Theron. In the scene, she appears on a Manhattan street, confronts Stephen Strange about causing an incursion, opens a portal to the dark dimension with a magical energy blade, and pulls him into her world to fix the damage he caused. In the comics, Clea is Doctor Strange's primary love interest, the niece of Dormammu, ruler of the dark dimension, and a master sorceress capable of traveling the multiverse on her own. The official Marvel Studios character encyclopedia later confirmed that her lightweight armor was specifically designed for multiverse travel. Since that single scene, Clea has not returned in any MCU project. Charlize Theron herself admitted in a 2023 interview that she had received no calls from Marvel about reprising the role. Industry insiders have repeatedly linked her to Avengers Doomsday and a potential Doctor Strange 3, but Marvel Studios has officially confirmed nothing about her return. Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley were all introduced in the 2022 Disney Plus series Moon Knight, played by Oscar Isaac. The 6-episode series earned 9 Emmy nominations and a Saturn Award, becoming one of the most acclaimed releases of Phase 4. The finale's mid-credits scene revealed Jake Lockley, the most violent of the 3 personalities, working directly with the Egyptian god Khonshu and executing Arthur Harrow in cold blood inside a limousine. 4 years after that cliffhanger, Moon Knight has not returned in any MCU project. Marvel Television head Brad Winderbaum confirmed that there is no active development on a second season. Series creator Jeremy Slater revealed that Oscar Isaac's contract gives the actor significant creative control over the character, meaning Marvel cannot simply bring him back without a story he wants to tell. Insider reports have linked Moon Knight to Midnight Suns, but Isaac himself has stated he is not part of Avengers, Doomsday, or Secret Wars. White Vision debuted in the 2021 series WandaVision, played by Paul Bettany. The character was created by S.W.O.R.D. using the dismantled body of the original Vision after his death in Avengers Infinity War, and was programmed to destroy Wanda Maximoff's recreated Vision in Westview. After a philosophical battle inside the Hex, the recreated Vision transferred all of his memories into White Vision, who then declared himself the one true Vision before flying off into the unknown. The character was set up as one of the most important loose threads of Phase 4. With the clear potential to lead his own storyline, search for his identity, or join the next Avengers roster. 5 years after that final flight, Marvel Studios has officially announced a spin-off series titled Vision Quest. Although the first trailer has not been released online to the public, it was screened for a select audience, and both Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Hiddleston attended the promotion, making it clear that this will be a very important series for Doomsday. Eros, also known as Star Fox, made his MCU debut in the mid-credits scene of 2021's Eternals, played by global pop star Harry Styles. The character was introduced by Pip the Troll as the Royal Prince of Titan, brother of Thanos, the Knave of Hearts, defeater of Black Roger, and the Great Adventurer. In the comics, Eros is an Eternal from Titan with the power to manipulate the emotions of others and has served on multiple Avengers rosters over the decades. Early reports claimed that Harry Styles had signed a multi-picture deal with Marvel Studios that would carry him through several future projects. In the 5 years since that scene, Eros has never returned to the MCU in live action. Harry Styles has stepped back from acting entirely, with no film credits since 2022. Kevin Feige stated in 2025 that there are plans for some Eternals and opportunities for all, but nothing concrete has been announced. Carl Mordo was introduced in the 2016 film Doctor Strange, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. He served as an ally and mentor to Stephen Strange throughout the movie, training him in the mystic arts at Kamar Taj alongside the Ancient One. By the end of the film, Mordo had become deeply disillusioned with the use of dark magic and the violation of the natural laws of reality. The post-credits scene showed him stealing magic from a former sorcerer named Jonathan Pangborn, declaring his mission to reduce the number of sorcerers on Earth, and setting himself up as the primary antagonist for any future Doctor Strange sequel. 6 years later, 2022's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness arrived. Instead of following up on the original Mordo's villain arc, the film introduced a completely different variant from Earth, 838, who served as Sorcerer Supreme and a member of the Illuminati. That variant was killed by Strange during the events of the film. The original Earth 616 Mordo has not appeared anywhere since 2016. Before we get into the next character, if you're enjoying the video so far, please drop a like and hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's keep going. Hercules made his MCU debut in the mid-credits scene of 2022's Thor: Love and Thunder, played by Brett Goldstein, the actor and writer best known for his Emmy-winning role on Ted Lasso. In the scene, an injured and furious Zeus, played by Russell Crowe, summons his son Hercules from a throne on Mount Olympus and tasks him with hunting down Thor as personal revenge. The Greek god of strength flexes his muscles, accepts the mission without a single line of dialogue, and the scene ends on a slow camera move over his physique. In the comics, Hercules has been a long-time Avenger, a sometimes rival and sometimes ally of Thor, with a long publication history equal to most major Marvel heroes. 4 years later, Hercules has not appeared anywhere in the MCU. Taika Waititi is no longer attached to direct another Thor film. Chris Hemsworth has publicly stated that any future Thor movie needs a completely different approach, and no Thor 5 is currently in active development at Marvel Studios. Toussaint, with the Wakandan name Prince T'Challa, was introduced in the mid-credits scene of 2022's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, played by newcomer Divine Love Konadu's son, in his feature film debut. The scene reveals that T'Challa and Nakia had a son in secret before the events of Avengers Infinity War, and that Nakia had been raising him in Haiti to keep him away from the pressures of the Wakandan throne. The boy tells Shuri that he already knew about his father's illness and the day he would pass, before revealing that his Wakandan name is also T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. The scene served as both a tribute to the late Chadwick Boseman and a clear setup for the future of the franchise, positioning Toussaint as the eventual heir to the Black Panther mantle. 4 years later, the character has not appeared in any MCU project. Black Panther 3 has been quietly discussed at Marvel Studios, but never officially announced. Carol Danvers, also known as Captain Marvel, was introduced in the 2019 film Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson. The movie, set in 1995, ended with Carol leaving Earth on a mission to find the displaced Skrull refugees a new home planet and to protect other worlds across the galaxy from cosmic threats. She gave Nick Fury a modified pager and told him to contact her only in the most extreme emergency. 23 years later in the MCU timeline, Thanos arrived on Earth, attacked Wakanda, collected all 6 Infinity Stones, and snapped half of all living beings in the entire universe out of existence. During this universe-wide extinction event, the strongest hero in the MCU was nowhere to be seen, supposedly helping other planets somewhere in the galaxy while entire civilizations were being wiped out. Fury finally activated the emergency pager seconds before disintegrating in the post-credit scene of Avengers Infinity War. Carol then appeared in Avengers Endgame for roughly 10 minutes of total screen time, helped defeat Thanos, and flew off again. After her supporting role in 2023's The Marvels, Captain Marvel has been completely absent from the MCU, and Brie Larson has not been confirmed for Avengers Doomsday. Dane Whitman was introduced in 2021's Eternals, played by Game of Thrones star Kit Harington. The post-credits scene of Eternals shows Whitman alone in a dark room, opening an old wooden case containing the Ebony Blade, his family's ancestral cursed sword that turns its wielder into the Black Knight. As he reaches for the blade, a disembodied voice asks if he is sure he's ready for that, and the voice is revealed to belong to Mahershala Ali's still unseen blade. In the comics, the Black Knight is a longtime Avenger with deep ties to King Arthur, magic, and the wider Marvel multiverse. 5 years after that scene, Kit Harington has not returned to the MCU in any capacity. The Eternals sequel has been stalled indefinitely, and the live-action Blade film featuring Mahershala Ali has gone through years of delays and director changes. Emil Blonsky, also known as the Abomination, debuted as the main villain of 2008's The Incredible Hulk, played by Tim Roth. After being injected with a flawed super soldier serum and then a sample of Bruce Banner's gamma blood, Blonsky transformed into the monstrous Abomination and fought the Hulk through the streets of Harlem in the film's climax. After that movie, the character disappeared from the MCU for 13 straight years. He returned briefly in 2021's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, fighting Wong in an underground cage match in Macau, before getting a major supporting role in 2022's She-Hulk Attorney at Law as a reformed self-help guru running a spiritual retreat. The series ended with Wong portaling him to Kamar Taj after he violated his parole. 4 years later, the Abomination has not appeared in any MCU project. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to let me know in the comments which character was the most disappointing for you. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. See you in the next one!